This is the man, Honorable Kennedy Ohene Agyapong, MP for Asin Central. This man is a true son of our beloved country, Ghana. Now, patriotism starts when people in country step out to demonstrate their love for their country.
If we really want to move this country, I want people who dream. 3 things that we have to keep. We need dreamers, we need thinkers, and we need doers. These 3 things. Our brother.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming.
Patriotic citizens always ask, what can I do for my country? Instead of what can my country do for me?
Went to 37 military hospital and I said, I'm going to build ultra-modern cardiothoracic center for Ghana. I'm doing this for my country.
Honorable Kennedy Ohene Agyapong has a track record, a good record that tells his commitment and dedication to help Ghana become a truly independent nation, a nation that produces for itself and creates opportunities for its citizenry, a nation where the youth are educated and guided to be proactive and productive. Yes, one day Ghana will be a better place when you and I work hard and smart alongside visionary leaders like Honorable Kennedy Ohene Agyapong.
It's about time that we speak and criticize ourselves and make sure we change the destiny of the youth of this country. I live for you, so live for your brother too. That's the only way we can change the destiny of this country.
He has already started showing the way to be productive and dependent as a nation. Be patriotic, follow the vision. Honorable Kennedy Agyapong says, this is the time, and the time is now. Let's work together.
Kennedy Ohene Agyapong. I a friend of Pompreku and Monyam. One papaye, Nahumobro, Tima, Abadaye, any Nima, and Shimuni. A Pompreku, Ghana to 4 hours.
The actual Bronco no car party morning quiet and no one send a make you. Already is what you're saying. I tell you, a regional water and more brochure. Nanya party, cause I would on your coaching, we see you. But come to me, remember the idea. Sarah, as you come to me, and bring me that Jano. Before to my me, your one and so. Me, coffee. And bring me your Rihanna zoo. That's right, you. Nebra me, Devia, no, so over me. I dare super Hawaii. I come from Shira, I dare super Hawaii. I come from Shira. Nyanka da wasio Krafo da wasio Mobro wambo da wasio Onivie da wasio
Tike man da wasio Asana wowo Sara suna jiwalaka Onusu da wasio Asana wowo Akompre kwe Ebi krento Mesume da wasio Medawasio Mobo dondo medi adawase Ebe ikane
Ora pe baby I will be a mema wa chima wa ha. Emma wakwa by the back in Judiciary Radio and TV so on pay. Ye chechi ya munyina. Ya wasma don hwere mienu. Na ya storage media sunti baby I will be a bomode asa obehye. Ama ofufuru nso ehu de ebe koso. For Honorable Kennedy Agyapong Agyapong na yeshia. Nti munhye
Ghana nyoto for da wase
Ejumeku a wonding the top connector Dawroman yeba omuna yesu asane ana pe we ya Honorable Ken fan amichiao
Wona oti anya mesumasio training brana
Team Ken 2024 Radio and TV communicators in amichiamo I love you all. Stay tuned.
Radu. Let all delegates rally and vote massively for Honorable Kennedy Agyapong, the God-chosen one, to bring their days.
Hey, sister, I don't have a them.
Sister, what be said? And nepo teachings ka create impo ya nche udi enukwa na nche mesimi ba community center ho
Ana bibie so ho
Kennedy Agyapong din kwa na yebu yesu o nwa no obi anto aba na ma no nkofo mienu ginagina kwancha na asema na omuka ho
sister Ana fence o tell we
nse mi nwa mama kuba to don say ene na ko mama papa we don na ehia no mama papa we owo abutre ahobrasiye mama Ketasi mumuaso mam oni nze mam ke mam nkebi amamu papa we otiase papa we ehenu nenum kra na oyi ama mam papa do na ehia no
ni esi oni agbochire no
ni pe kan kra mu si oni agbochire onpe sisie onpe ketasi ne proye katasi mumuaso onpe ni pe ehenu kra na oyi ama o sika oni se nipa ono kana sempi on fa sempi ni hu ye ni ntia
na modia monsi yes see o Cardio Center e was 37 military hospital
na de cardio pe na oni ye kan ya papa ya sister mama nti ya papa we mama me wa yama oman ye kasi ye kan mama enye nfi ha o enye nfi ha ye mama papa we ni oba beye even medu a yisu yo amemu no mba so ye kwa so hwe o ye no oba bedi amemu ono oni bibi dada o enya afi no oba bedi Ghana sika ababi ono oni bibi dada emu mama oni anti ya me de meka Muna me delegates. Count. And men swan, mammy. When we first come at that, oh, Auntie, ya. So be another cat and walk over the ompe. Or this kind of bad, yeah, man. Judy. Ma'am, Missy Day. Auntie, I'm Missy Day. Yo, once in your canoe, hey. Munjina Mundi. Namesto. Namco pilot boss in Mua. Motswama. Honorable Kennedy, Agyapong. On one, also I will share me. Minia Bema. Miss Row. Miss Dance I am. Delegates are more mind Ghana hanging now. It's like a mamu papa. Your dad changing. Miss Remo. A man so. Namco pilot boss in Mua. No more swama. Honorable Kennedy, Agyapong.
One contribution of Honorable Kennedy Agyapong to Ghanaian youth. Ono pe and I make a say a Honorable Kennedy Agyapong pe and we a politician. Esan ye businessman. All the politicians, what him ye be a Juma afa workers 7,158. You among all the aspirants, one more say MPP delegate and two Obama woman. It is only Kennedy Agyapong, honorable, pe and what him employ Ghanaian youth 7,158 workers. What you am every month. Me penny pa omo contesting. So ye be so ye see omo fa workers omo tu omo ka just 200. Just 200. Ebima ye ministers President Kofu Abem, ebima ye ministers President Kofu Abem, ebima ye vice. But woman government in the Tuamoka, yen ye Tuamoka. But Honorable Kennedy Agyapong, one the bottom sika, we being yuma after Ghanaian youth 7,158 workers. Ye bisa wamua, in the contest in his hair. Now numedi. And the delegate, Obana wako free SHS, our no. Our beko poly. Obako University, Obako Training College, no way we are better than no. Wo pesa Obano year school, no better than fear. Now someone chop money, and now pesa Obano University after free SHS, Obepa better than fear. Now when you do my year, Mudiana Ope. Ya womu amudo manobeka, we will create jobs and money, but they cannot do the practical thing. Honorable Kennedy Agyapong, your friend Ayabida, the practical man. A man who has a track record for employing thousands and thousands and thousands of Ghanaian youth.
Your friend Francis Anumbuati, we don't have from Francois. Then Nipe Kasama, you work on the Agyapong or Eastern region. Then I'm a Dao Mama. Pro-Bawumia, a bar in Pessoaso, a Eastern region. And then answer, not you are a work price. Now, a MC, I work and price. I can't sing this. Na minian delegates. Mama yanko na yankuti asamwa yura eka.
the existing protocol, regional chairman, Badaluma, President chairman, Miamira, Dr. Agyapong, member of parliament, who's your foyer, and you're really here. Miamira, a very Emmanuel Atabo for his senior. Member Dr. Agyapong, and His Excellency, and I'm on that part of Kufuado, and I'm a big example of him. I'm a sumo, I'm a little Juma, and then you want to go there in Princess War, and then Melissan Aka Atuja. Say, but you won't say, anybody, Obiara, and your boy. Not say, oh, and your body, yeah. Say, and your body, yeah. Never so angry.
Samanfo betili ya yewura se yedane aboa na se wowo anane bia ye yedane aboa ne bia ye beba be chewa be ye be ene yewura nti ye nuanom delegates for asem wa yewura Agyapong ka tem ne se omo nyina etu one line na se wa anya ne oma na se omo wi ne bia they will come and hunt you ono nso wie ye no eye nua kuma you are set a champion or regional minister. And so a can be. And also, Mumianko, Nayunkuti, you are set a champion. The regional minister is still.
Talks a lot and then does little.
That's an interesting question. I'm surprised you're coming up with an issue like this. At least what I've done in this country will tell you that I just don't talk. I believe in whatever I say, and whatever I do, I have examples to give you. I'm completely different from anybody, and I'm not going to compare myself to anybody. It's Agyapong. What Agyapong believes in, or what Agyapong stands for. And if you are comparing me to President Kufuor, that you claim he talks and does little, at least in this country, Ghanaians are aware that Agyapong, whatever he says, he does it. I've created a lot of businesses in this country. I've done a lot of good things to Ghanaians. Typical example is the 37 military hospital where I'm building the cardio center. Some doubting Thomases have said that, oh, it's not possible. How can a Ghanaian commit $6 million to do a project like this? I like such challenges. So today, the question you put before me, it rather motivates me to do more, to prove you wrong. So I'm different.
You're different. We're also
and I always turn my negatives to be positive.
Well, we'll talk about some of your negatives too. What we know, and then also what the ordinary Ghanaian seem to think of you.
Right.
Now, we're also live on 3FM 92.7. And as you do that, please make sure also you check our streams, not only TV3, but also 3FM. Now, I want to play an insert for you.
Go ahead.
And it's on Ahmed Swale.
Go ahead.
You know definitely I'll ask you that question.
I don't have a problem.
All right, get me that insert.
I am very dangerous. What in Madina Haya? We shall maybe a panasu or buy a premises. I be say, me, Mumono, near baby Amitia. You go a bat. Sa Ahmed, no, show more pictures in the area. Somebody picture and children. When you are almost watching Madina, yes. I need boy, no, Ahmed, when a friend Ahmed, the picture back, I'm fan to Sunayakis. God, good. The picture back, what in Madina, what bad premises of a Muno.
So as you can see, rolling on the screen.
This is a boy. We're a bad boy.
Your exposure of this gentleman to the Ghanaian public killed him. That's the accusation.
See, with all due respect to you journalists in this country, about 80%, 90%, you are the people going to destroy this country.
How so?
Yeah, because you misconstrue people's ideas. Whatever the person puts out there, the import of what the person puts out there, you never even analyze it. You only take just a second of a statement made out of the whole statement, let's say 8 minutes. You take about 30 seconds.
What were you trying to describe in that video?
Yeah, and I still maintain it, because I will not come here today and tell you that I want to be president and therefore what is the truth, I'll say is not the truth. It is. He's a bad guy, or he was. And let me tell you, if you don't have the evidence, Anas used him.
How did he use him?
Good. All those people that Anas destroyed with his videos and everything. With the exception of the Ivorian videos that I have, that you see Anas's face after the interview with the Ivorian ministers that he was entrapping. All the entrapment, it was Ameswali who was sitting down with some fake Arabs who were saying that they were from the family of Sheikh Atani. So until a video comes out, you will never know that.
Undercover reporting, sometimes there are simulations that are undertaken to make sure you test the character of the person. To get the best out of the person, try to make a conclusion in a story. It's not wrong.
But you say
it has given you the image that you don't love journalists.
I don't care.
You discriminate against journalists, even though you employ some.
I employ people like you. And how would I say, would you say that I don't like them?
Not when you issue threats to them.
And how do I issue threats? You think you are the only human being who have blood in you because you're a journalist? I'm afraid I don't believe in that. Because this man, if you know the number of people that have been killed, if you know the number of people that have lost their jobs, we have to be fair to all those families that Anas and Ameswali set them up. You see, you didn't let me finish. It was Ameswali. You are talking about undercover.
Yes, undercover.
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 So why didn't he, Ameswali, also cover himself?
Because
he
it's
was
undercover.
there. No, you are saying undercover, but Ameswali was there physically. Call Kwesi Nyantechi, he will tell you. Call Edubuahin, he will tell you. Call these ministers.
So why did you expose a gentleman to the Ghanaian public? Ultimately, the accusation is that it got him killed.
How did he get him killed? His own deeds killed him, not me. What I said was that the first video I showed, you see why I have a problem with some journalists and you think I don't have it. There are a series of videos. You've taken only this one. The first one, when I mentioned Ameswali, my workers came to me, oh, Honorable, you don't know this guy. This guy has been here for school fees. You gave him 1,500 cedis to go and pay his school fees. And I said, I don't know him. So they said, oh, he has been coming here all the time. So the first video, then I said, this guy is a bad guy. If he comes here, beat him up. Because he's going to set me up. He's going to set Ken City up. And my toil.
You said it on live TV.
Yes.
You brought the gentleman's life in danger.
How did
as a result of that?
What about Kwesi Nyantechi's life?
He was shot.
What about Kwesi Nyantechi? His own deeds. His own deeds.
So that's your conclusion?
His own deeds caused his death, not me.
You also had defamatory actions undertaken in the U.S. court in Virginia, if I'm right, against Kevin Taylor. You know Kevin Taylor very well.
Yes.
Yeah. And the judgment did say it is undisputed that Agyapong is a public figure and Taylor's sentiments were made regarding matters of public concern.
Right.
it does indicate that if you plead the Fifth Amendment in the United States of America, you're a public figure, you should not be afraid of scrutiny. Why is it that when Ghanaian journalists are probing, asking questions that lead to scrutiny and governance, you seem to have a problem with it?
How do I have a problem if you are coming out with sensible questions and the truth? I have a problem with sensationalization.
And who was doing that, Kevin Taylor?
That will cause the death of some people. You see, of late, the way bloggers and other media people are going about issues, if we don't take time, it will burn this country. So you are here mentioning Kevin Taylor. You think what Kevin Taylor is doing to the country and Ghana, because he's a journalist, nobody has to say it if he's wrong? Is that what you are saying, my brother?
I'm talking about the defamatory actions you issued against him in the Virginia court.
Yeah, and they are saying that once I'm a public figure, he can say whatever he wants to say. Case closed. It doesn't mean anything. That's what they said. Whatever he said against me, the court says I'm a public figure. So if you're a public figure, they can say anything. That is all. That is the judgment. So I don't know.
You find it quite funny. And since then, you've been on the campaign trail.
Right.
And subsequently, you seem to be throwing jabs at a number of your opponents who are key leading figures, including the vice president as well as Alan Tremantin, who was trade minister, etc. I'll play you an insert, perhaps maybe you might not recall.
Right.
Please, give me that.
It is only Ghana and I would the economy call IMF also your strategies. MPP for Oma clean campaign Ombenyasem because media will care, may reply. Or be also your strategies. Also your strategies. And you're taking over power, not dollar your 4 cities. And then dollar and your 12 cities with your strategies. Excuse me, strategies. More your strategies.
Mr. Agyapong, while you seem to have taken the campaign by storm, you also seem to be rallying up feathers, angering people, including your own friends who now are standing against you as presidential candidate.
I don't care.
Who are the strategies you are talking about?
Yeah, who are the strategies? You see, in this country, unfortunately, journalists especially, most of you consume information without digesting. At least you should have given me benefit of the doubt and say that, why did this man talk like that? Is he a madman? Then you begin to probe into it. I specifically said, most say, more strategies. It means something has happened. But you never bother to check what has happened. That is the problem. You see, when I come out like this, then you say I don't like journalists.
Because you were throwing jabs at your own government and key individuals who were managing part of the economy.
They are also throwing jabs. They are throwing jabs. Did you listen to what I said? Did you further investigate? That is the problem. If somebody goes there to say that we don't want a candidate who will come and tell you, I have built this for 37 military hospital. I have bought vehicles for MPP. We want a strategist. And you see, if he had probed into it, he would have known that I was not even referring to vice president. I was referring to John Kuma.
I didn't say that you were referring to a vice president.
Yeah,
I have not said that.
Here. He said some of the candidates. Is John Kuma a candidate?
I'm saying some of the candidates, you're throwing jabs at them.
And is John Kuma a candidate? If you had probed into it and done your work very well, you would have known that I was not referring to any candidate. But you see, that stereotype positions that some of you take will destroy this country, which I feel is not fair. That's why I'm saying that at least give Agyapong benefit of the doubt and ask questions. Why did he say this?
Now let's come to the subject matter of this content. Since you've been on the campaign trail, you seem to be unearthing a lot of issues and also coming to the conclusion that the government of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has inherited, based on the indicators, as you stated there, 4 Ghana cedis, well, it depends also where you're taking it from, 3.8 Ghana cedis to $1, seem to have taken it to where we are currently. And so it's incompetent. Is that your conclusion?
That is not a conclusion. But I was drawing the attention of the minister, who was on the floor of the House by 12 o'clock saying that we are not going to IMF today, we are not going to IMF tomorrow, and 2 p.m. we announced that we've gone to IMF. And this same guy goes out there to say that we don't want somebody like Agyapong. That's why I responded. So that doesn't mean I'm saying that MPP is incompetent. But I will admit that moving from 4 cities to 12 cities, you cannot shower praises on MPP. Read my lips. That's the gospel.
Does it mean that you are coming to the conclusion anybody who should be selected to be the presidential candidate doesn't need to be an individual who has served in government? Is that your conclusion?
That's not my conclusion, but it's a judgment of the voters. Those who are going to vote should know the terrain, what we are going through and everything, and one candidate that brings a new vision.
What vision do you bring?
My vision? Pragmatism.
Which is what?
PAD means patriotism, honesty, and discipline. Patriotism, honesty, and discipline. In this country, if we can move this country, the situation we are in now, we need somebody who be bold to tell you to your face that what we are doing is wrong. And the moment I tell you, what's your name, please?
Roland. My name is Roland.
Roland. When I say Roland, this is wrong, you say, oh, Agyapong is rude. I'm not rude, I'm confident. And here, in this country, Ghanaians misconstrue confidence to be arrogance. That is the challenge I have in this country. All what you are saying, everything that I've said have come to pass is the truth. And once I believe is the truth, nobody can threaten me because we are serving this country and Ghana first. So what I'm bringing on board as an experienced businessman or entrepreneur, my experiences, I'll bring it to bear because I have sat down carefully, analyzed the situations and the challenges of this country. And I know that there are 3 key areas that if we use that, we can change the fortunes of this country. That is patriotism, honesty, and discipline. Ghanaians, we are not patriotic when it comes to businesses especially. Even our lifestyle. You see, my brother, let me draw your attention to something. Why is it? We cannot say that Ghana, we are poor. We are not poor.
Why?
Because foreigners have shown us clearly that Ghana is rich. Why is it that foreign investments are doing well in this country and we Ghanaians, our businesses are not flourishing? Have we thought of that? Have we questioned ourselves? As a businessman, I have come to realize that the dishonesty in this country is killing our businesses. Indiscipline is killing our businesses. So we have to make sure we are disciplined, we are honest, and we are patriotic. But let me give you one example.
Do give me.
You know, I go to a place, Moving Peak, the UK, the visa section. I was going to take a picture.
The consular section, where they take visas, yeah.
I was going to take a picture. And the photographer just told me, Honorable, we want you because look at those people there. They have received visas and they are going. And I can tell you, if I'm not exaggerating, between January to June, over 1 million visas have been issued to Ghanaians. And it's a drain on our human resource. So I went there and counted them, those in the queue going for their visas. My brother, 9 a.m., 73. And you can see the joy in their faces because they have no jobs.
And that is because of poor management of the economy.
Yes. And the poor management, it is not only the government.
Then
Ghana, all of us.
Who has the responsibility too?
You see, the responsibility, I know that leadership by example, that if I say, Agyapong, I'm not going to do this, and I make sure my subordinates are also not going to do it. I agree with you, we can make a difference.
Are you the one saying this? Of course, you've not been in government. You know, all these things you're saying, we've heard it before. Prior to 2017,
right,
the president, then opposition leader, said we have so much money. You know about that phrase?
Right.
Great. And you are also echoing same. How are we going to know you're not going to turn out to be a failed Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the president?
Well, I wouldn't say he has failed, but if that's your perception and your description.
I'm drawing lessons from your conclusion that haven't gone to the IMF, that's failure.
Yeah, because I said to NDC, and I still maintain it. If NDC should go to IMF and Agyapong says they failed.
So I'm taking a cue from you. You are saying that's failure. So I also conclude that's failure.
But let me tell you, I'm a businessman. I've created a lot of businesses and employed a lot of people in this country. At least my works show that this man is a different politician. This is the first time in the history of Ghana that we are going to have somebody who has political experience, about 35 years as a politician and also 35 years as a businessman. So with this combination, some people say, oh, you are Donald Trump. I said, no, I'm not Donald Trump because he doesn't have any political experience. At least I've been in parliament for 23 years, so I know. So with the combination of politics and business, I stand out. And the business challenges that I've gone through
and experienced
has given me the experience. That is why I've identified the problems. The word patriotism. I see that we are not patriotic. You know, because you cut in, that's why I couldn't finish about these visas. When you see a Ghanaian, my brother Roland, you see a Ghanaian holding American passport, he's so excited. When you see a Ghanaian holding a British passport, he's so excited.
But you were in America, so why not us?
I did not, never, check your records, change my identity. I had a green card. I gave it up. But I never took American passport because I cherish Ghanaian passport.
Because you have a certain vision. Now, let me ask you. It's good that you're bringing all these things about honesty, patriotism, and discipline. It also means that we need these values to be able to manage the resources we have, the gold, the things that, you know, the reality is just being in business alone, creating a steel factory, having a chain of co-stores and other business chains, somebody will say, who is an astute economist, for example, will conclude, that is not enough to rule a whole country like ours, to take us from where we are
to the top. So what about the person who has not even created 1,000 jobs, that he is fit?
Who are you referring to? Dr. Pro-Bawumia or
Everybody, including NDC, all politicians. None of the politicians in this country have created employment more than me. Both NDC, CPP, everybody. So if those who could not even create 500 jobs, you see them or you perceive them as capable of ruling this country, how much more an individual who has over 7,000 workers in this country? And you are saying that that is not enough.
I'm asking a question.
I disagree.
I haven't made that conclusion.
I disagree with that. I disagree with that. And again, I've told you, at least I've been a member of parliament for 23 years. Next year will be 24. 6 consecutive terms in parliament. You see, I cut across business and politics. So give me opportunity and you see what I can do for this country.
Well, at the end of the day, you first have to convince the delegates of the MPP first.
Yes.
One of the things that they seem also to be criticizing the Akufo-Addo-led government for is that you are one key person. And I remember, if you look at all the scenes, that very day in 2007, when we had the 17 people, ultimately the second round, and then we had that final acceptance speech, you were behind Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
Yes.
All this while, you'd been his right arm.
Right.
He's been taking us for a ride all this while. You never advised him. You had all these great ideas. Why?
You see, my brother, it's a very good question you've asked. If there's a Akan language that was Usikeswa, was Himswa.
Akan adage.
Right. adage. That is, it means when you don't have enough money, whatever you say, people don't pay you no mind. But back to your question, you see, you can advise, and they can choose to take or leave it.
Are you saying you advised Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the president? He never took it?
Not Nana Addo personally, but at least the ministers that come before me, committee levels. I've served several committees, and I always give suggestions the way to move this country. Starting from Honorable Kwashige's time, when I was a Greek minister, committee member, I gave them 2 proposals. For a third one, he agreed. First one, we did experiment. My company called Supercare, we took yam to Holland and did experiment. They realized the starch content in yam is the same as potatoes. And in Holland and all European countries, America, and they store yam potatoes for 8 months. So they are saying that we can store yam for 8 months. I gave them the technology. It's just simple blowers like this room, and you put the blowers like air conditioning, but it's not as cold as air conditioning. The temperature is like you still have the yam in the earth. And if you do that in layers, you can store the yam for 8 months. My brother, I said this. Nobody paid me money. Second one, I advised them that June, July, August, we catch a lot of fish. We are not able to store it and smoke it, so the fishermen throw them back into the sea. What we have to do is first build cold stores with blast freeze.
Cold stores with?
Blast freeze. You cannot just build only cold store. Cold store, the temperature is between 10 minus.
Ask you this.
Yeah.
When the country was disillusioned, and I'm talking about from December, started just spiraling out of control, you were extremely worried.
Plain senior, I wanted them to justify their reasons. I am against whoever is incompetent. He has to go. But convince me. Give me reasons why you want him out. You didn't see anything from me, or you didn't hear anything from me. But behind the scenes, we also advise that this is the way we should go. I met the group and advised them that, look, this is our position. Let's go through the budget. After the budget, whatever decision you take. Because now, which is not good for us. You know why I'm saying that? You know, going round, I've had the opportunity to go around the whole, about 13 regions.
You went to 13 regions?
Yes, already.
For a man of 60...
Yeah.
60 what? 62?
3.
Hey, you're strong, man.
13 regions, thank you. And when I got to Volta region, I was shocked. What we can do in Volta region, you have no idea. The land, the water bodies. My brother, let me tell you.
Tell me.
We have, myself, my partner, we have a cassava starch factory at Agyapong that we, Prime Chief, gave us 125,000 acres land. We've cultivated 30,000 acres of cassava, and we are producing 300 tons starch at Agyapong. And this month ending, definitely the new one at Prime, 200 tons. You see, the land in Volta region is more suitable for cassava and sugarcane even than the Bono East. Yeah, I see this land and I'm shivering. So, what? Do we have leaders in this country? Including NDC, MPB. I've been joking with my...
Why are you trying to equalize? You're going for an MPP primary. You're mentioning NDC.
Let me finish. Volta region is dominated by NDC MPs.
Okay.
So when I went back there, I called my friends from Volta and I said, you know what? When I win, I'll put all of you on the table and lash you. Because the gift God has given to you, and you are not using this. Even yesterday at the committee, when I heard the lady was interviewing this day, we took the decision yesterday on the ECOWAS.
No, I'll ask you that.
Then, the Constitution and Legal Committee, the ranking member is from Adagru. And I told him, my brother, you are sitting on gold, not this galamsey thing. The land
you mean Roxanne Nelson who?
Yeah. The land you have, the water bodies, if we do irrigation, 5 northern regions, Afram Plains, Accra Plains, plus Volta region, can feed the whole Africa. Yeah, I mean it.
Are you sure?
Yes.
We heard all these from Nanado before 2017.
Let me tell you something. You are right making mention of Nanado.
Because he gave us vision and the vision hasn't materialized.
That's what I'm saying. You are right because maybe you are disappointed. The things he said, you have not seen anything. Because I also experienced something that we went to Kofodia for a meeting and I told one minister that, look, when you cross Tema to Boutie, okay, just look on your right. The squatters using these pipes for irrigation, the vegetables. Then when we are coming from Tema Ashama, look on your right.
The plains.
Right. 365 days, because there's this big gutter there that they can collect water. 365 days, they are growing maize. So we have to irrigate most of our lands in this country. And that day, the answer from the minister, I just packed my files and left. He said irrigation is expensive.
Which minister was that?
I won't say anything.
Which minister?
I won't.
Are you talking about Dr. Akuto?
I won't say anything.
The former Greek minister?
I won't say anything.
He told you, what did you say he said again?
The minister said irrigation is expensive.
Dr. Akuto said irrigation is expensive.
I have not mentioned anybody's name. You same person, you will tell me I'm attacking somebody. So I've not mentioned anybody's name.
Right.
But the person said irrigation is expensive. I say, Jesus Christ. That person who said irrigation is expensive is thinking of short run and not long run effect.
Okay.
You see? So, my brother, if I have 125,000 acres and I've cleared 30,000 acres, and you say I cannot, let's go to the north. You know, one simple thing, they call something tama, they share not the fruits. The first time I tasted it, I asked them, so why don't we have tama fruits here? My brother, everywhere, all the 5 regions, they share not.
You saw resources, natural resources that you can use to develop.
Yes.
Don't you think that it's now time for us, bipartisan, MPP, NDC, all the rest of the party, for us to have a national plan?
I agreed with you, 100%. You know, initially I said politics has polarized the system. That's what I meant. So we need bipartisan. But this bipartisan, I don't need myopic thinkers. Read my lips.
You mean those you are contesting with, their myopic?
No, you said bipartisan. And I'm saying that, yes, we need bipartisan. Meaning NDC, MPP, CPP, anybody who has the nation at heart should come on board. But I, Agyapong, if I'm the president, I don't want any myopic thinkers. Because I dream big, and we have to move this country. Time is not on our side. So don't come and tell me, Nyamibeye, God will do what God will do. God has given us brains. He has created us a superior being over all his creations. And therefore, I think we need big dreamers, thinkers, that can move this country. And loyalty is key. People who love this country, people who will not take Ghana resources outside to another country.
If you do an analysis of the telecommunications sector, you even take banking. After Ken Ofori-Atta collapsed the banks, and then we have the telecommunications sector now dominated by foreigners instead of Ghanaian-owned entrepreneurs or shareholders. It has put us at risk. I have heard you many commentary before today. Wail over or cry over this present situation. How do we remedy that?
Asia miracle.
Which is what?
Asia miracle what they did with Andy, Sanyo, and all those, what they did was that they identified businessmen who are into business and having challenges. They called them to a table, round table, and asked of their challenges and decided to help them. And the help they gave, whatever amount of money that the government gave to them, especially Korea, they took shares. The government became a shareholder in the business. So now you can call it PPP.
What?
PPP.
Which is what?
Private-public partnership. Okay. But here, the PPP doesn't work because government does not go into contract or agreement with the investors and say that we are taking shares. Whatever money that we are giving, we are taking shares. You take shares to have control so that they will not misuse the money. That kind of discipline is what we need.
To transform?
Yeah, to transform. Okay. The Asia miracle. And that is what I believe in. That Asia miracle. Whatever we do in this country, we cannot allow only foreigners to have money. It's dangerous to the survival of our economy. So we need to promote Ghanaian business. But my brother, let me tell you the truth. We are also our own enemies.
How so?
Yeah, because of dishonesty.
I see.
I can tell you, if you like, go and check Commercial Bank, Exim Bank, the amount of money that has been given to these Ghanaian businesses for one district, one factory. Go and check. When you do that, do you expect any government to come back and give you money again?
Okay.
Even when we started Parliament, they had something like Japanese grant.
The JICA one.
Right. They didn't pay the money. They didn't have any companies. So that is why I'm saying that we are our own enemies. That is why I'm preaching patriotism, honesty, and discipline. Anybody, the Asia miracle, let me explain it well to you. When they give you money, the money will not be handed over to you. But if you want equipment to boost your company, you give them the source of the...
Like the way the Chinese do, for example.
Then they'll send the money directly to the company. So when you give them 3 months, that the materials or machines will arrive in 3 months. The 4th month, they'll be there to inspect if the machines are in. If you give them excuse, then they'll give you another, if you say 3 months, they'll give you another 4 months. The 4th month, if they come and you have not done it, or you've not received it, they took the whole thing from you and give it to another person. That instilled discipline in those entrepreneurs.
You know my conclusion. You seem to be a man of principle. You know what to do, etc. But you were there, your colleague, Cecilia Benadapa, was keeping stash of US dollars, euro, while Abochis at airports were being arrested through the Bank of Ghana, etc. Why is it that you don't advise your colleagues to do what you do?
How would I advise my colleagues if I don't know that he has this money there? My brother, how would you advise? They look a picture of innocence and they pretend they don't even have a dime. So how would I know that he has touched this amount of money for me to advise her or him? I'm not capable. And I don't have any information. And you see, right from onset when we started, you kept mentioning, you have this, you have that. And because of my honesty, a lot of people will keep all these things from me because they say Agyapong is a loud mouth. Whatever he sees, he can't keep it. So such a person, will you even go and tell him that you have $100,000? So I'm not in a position to know what.
When this became big news, the Cecilia Dapa Gate, or the scandal, when you were on the tour, what did you make of it? As an experienced legislator, an experienced politician, and a businessman?
You see, whether we like it or not, it's going to affect MPP. I'll speak the truth. I'm fair. When Victoria Hammer mentioned that if she makes $1 million, she's going to do A, B, C, D. Look at how Ghanaians chastised her. So the one who just said, if I get, and the one who has it. So it's a big problem. We cannot run away from it. We cannot. I'm telling the truth. Whatever they're watching and listening, I know there'll be backlash, but God knows I've spoken
Perhaps
the truth.
it will not affect MPP if you are elected.
Yes.
Okay. Now, you are a member of the Defense and Interior Committee.
Right.
Why have you decided to side with the executive, to send our innocent troops to go and so-called restore democracy in Niger?
You see, you use our so-called. No, such words are harsh.
Coming from you, that's a novelty.
No, it's
but
not.
You use harsher words.
It's not. It's not. You see, when I use such words, it means I'm reciprocating action. Are you reciprocating action?
No, I'm just quoting.
Yes. You know, yesterday we sat on it. My brother, the security of this country is very, very important. If we make a mistake and we allow coup d'etats all over West Africa, tomorrow it will be me and you. And the first thing, two of us will go to jail first before anybody. One, they'll dissolve. The word is dissolve parliament. They will arrest journalists. Check all the coups. You see, so the security of this country is very, very important. And no matter the amount of money, prevention is better than cure. Prevention will not cost you as much as you are curing it.
There's Boko. We never quell the insecurity that we're going to Niger.
You see, we have obligation as ECOWAS members. And you cannot run away from it. We have obligation because, in fact, the second most important country in West Africa is Ghana. I've been an ECOWAS member before. So it's an obligation. And this, yesterday I posed the question and answered it myself. Why is it that Burkina, Guinea, and Mali, we didn't go there, and now we are going to Niger?
Okay.
Again, I gave a solution to it that this should serve as a deterrent because it's becoming rampant. Coup d'etat is becoming rampant in ECOWAS. So we should use Niger to serve as a deterrent that anybody who tries again, ECOWAS will come after him. And this is not the first time.
All right.
We've done that in Liberia, Sierra Leone. We've done that in Gambia when Yahya Jammeh said he was not going to hand over power and all those things.
All right. Please get me that insert in which he was wearing a shield.
Asasi am holding for 18 years. Akwa confront grani krono before we what the year court. Meanwhile, another comma me my echere no. Oko producing documents come here. Now we dey fake documents in the crime. He has gone to court. Why am a The lawyer wrote the thing on the 5th of August. And was appearance here 13. I didn't get anything. Now on the 1st of September, more injunction, you are a stupid judge. I will face you. You are a stupid judge. Who persuaded me? You are a stupid judge. Yes. 18 years that I've had the land.
Wow.
Mr. Agyapong,
yes.
I can imagine you being president, threatening the judge, and you threaten the judge, not even yet a president. Why are you threatening judges? Journalists, judges?
Are you saying that if you're a judge, it means you have 100% judgment and you are right and you can do anything? Is that what you are saying? You keep saying journalists, do the right thing. Do the right thing and nobody will mention your name. Am I saying every journalist? I say some journalists. But you lump all of you together and say journalist. You see, with all due respect, judges don't have absolute control. There should be checks and balances. If you listen to the import of what I am saying, if not because I'm angry, and I know you the way you are asking questions, if you go through this dilemma, you do worse things than what you've shown to me. I've owned this land for 18 years. Let me tell you, there's a Lebanese guy called Kamoni. I was in Kumasi, this particular land. I've walled it. There was a building on it. I didn't like it and I demolished it. So I asked a guy to stay there. He's been there for the past 12 years. Could you believe that I was in Kumasi and the Kamoni and some soldiers, they were wearing military uniform, whatever, they went there. When they went there, the guy on the land said, no, the land doesn't belong to them. It belongs to Honorable Agyapong. Let me call him. He called. And I said, let me talk to him. He refused to talk to me. So I came back. And they brought land guards there. I went there. And when the land guards saw me, said, oh no, this man is a nice man. We can't do that. They have sold the land to him for $1 million.
And so you had to insult the judge?
Hold on. I'm coming. I'm giving you background. So this case over. Then another group also goes out there. You see the loopholes in our system, the law, we have to change it, some of them. You cannot say that I go to court and report that you have done this, and no investigation, nothing. You go and stop me from what I'm doing. Please. Are you saying they are judges and they are 100% right?
So that's why you insulted the judge?
Yes. Because 18 years, nobody even called me to say anything. And you know what they do? It is not even the judge. That's why I apologize to him.
Okay.
The judge will give the orders. The bailiffs, instead of giving the thing to me, they will not. They will delay, they will delay, they will delay, and go back to the court to tell the judge that we didn't see him, we didn't do that. Then finally, they go and put it there. So when I went through it after my anger and everything, I went there. Then I realized the bailiffs are in connivance with those people who want to take the land.
Okay.
You see, but
so you retracted?
Yeah, I apologized to him when I realized it was coming from the bailiffs and the...
All right. Hold your fire. I see that you are pumped up. Don't
no,
worry.
No, I'm cool.
Please play the next insert.
I'm cool.
And Dr. Mwakuba, listen to me here. Me, I don't like people like that. Honestly, I have vowed not to insult. Can never blast it here. I grew up. Chief of Staff called me. I went there. Said, now this is what she's saying. I swear my mother's grave. Chief of Staff gave me 120,000. Deposited in Agyapong's Fidelity Bank account. Please, Mwakuba, what do you know?
Honorable Agyapong, this money, is it USD, Ghana Cedi? We've been wondering since.
Ghana Cedis.
You've changed the figure from USD to...
Did you hear me say $120,000?
I'm asking a question.
No. You played it. So I want to know, did you hear? We're all watching. Okay. Did you hear me say $120,000?
Mr. Agyapong, we come back to the issue of you, the politically exposed persons, the leading politicians, the elite of our country, hoarding cash. You transact cash hand to hand, etc. It's not good for the country, right? For the economy. You're a businessman, you should know that.
Yeah. You see, those who deal in cash, I'll be honest with you, if they are politicians and they are dealing in cash, because I've been a businessman for so long, they know I have a lot of businesses. And therefore, whatever money I have, I can take it to the bank. Those people who are keeping cash, before they became ministers or chief executives or whatever, were they able to have that amount of money? So if they take it to banks, and these banks, they leak a lot of information, that, oh, this chief executive has this amount of money, oh, this minister has this amount of money. You know, those things. So maybe they decide to keep it at home for people not to, you know, see what they have or whatever. So I cannot speak for them, but I take my money to the bank all the time. I do bank transactions. I can give you all the names of the bank that I do transactions.
You have nothing to hide?
Nothing.
If you were...
But you played this Agyapong thing.
You want to put it into perspective for us. We know the issue.
But you didn't talk about it.
No, I wanted to know the currency. Because of the way the dollar is done. I thought it was US dollar.
120,000.
But you took the US dollar and replaced it with Ghana City.
120,000.
Okay, so we're trying to wind up this conversation. It's also live, not only on TV3, but also 3FM 92.7. My colleague Johnny Hughes, do you know him? Johnny Hughes, you don't know him. You showed his picture on Net 2 before. So I want to ask you why again, he's a journalist, so that's why.
Who is Johnny Hughes?
Okay, that's okay. That's okay. I want to take a couple of...
What was the reason?
Well, I think it was one of your programs. Amama Gold, and I'm on the stream. Amama Gold says, this is just another Adodankwa Akufo-Addo in a different form. You dispute that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Amama Gold, he disputes that. Frimpong Newton says, this is not the time for who said, Ghana is in crisis and we need someone to rescue the nation, since coup is not the option. He seems to think that you are the person. If you have to rate the government of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, 0 to 10, what will be your rating?
6.
That's failure.
Well, 6 is above average.
Yeah.
It's not fail. You haven't failed. 6 is above average. But let me be fair to him too. Now you see...
6 over 10.
Yeah.
That's okay. It doesn't need explanation. That's okay.
No, but let me...
No explanation.
No,
let's move on. Let's move on.
No, I wanted to tell you something.
My colleague, John Hughes, please put his picture. This man, you showed him on Net 2. Do you remember? You don't, eh?
I don't remember.
Okay. I'm sure he'll forgive you. Johnny, please forgive him. Now...
No, I showed his picture that he did what?
It was one of your programs. It was one of your programs. Now. Okay. So, Money says, I should ask you, why is it that, why have you not supplied all street lights you were supposed to supply in your contract? Which entity do you have a contract with?
Agyapong. You see, when you do diabolic things like this, and I put you in your right position, then you say Agyapong is rude.
Okay.
This falsehood. Go to Yoko. I have even supplied the street lights in excess of 2,400. You know why? When the manufacturers are shipping because there can be breakages, they give you extra. And once it's in the name of Ministry of Energy, you can't take it out. So if you are fortunate and not even one gets broken.
Did he do the supply, sir?
Of course, yes.
Okay.
And they owe me.
How much do they owe you?
Minister, I won't tell you, but Minister of Energy owes me if I didn't do the supply.
Does it mean that you make your money largely from government procurement or contracts?
I have a lot of businesses, my brother. Let me tell you.
That's a very vague response, Mr. Agyapong.
Look, even rent alone in this country, I make over $800,000 rent a month. $800,000 rent a month after withholding taxes. So now that I'm not doing any contract, am I not Agyapong? So please, these kind of things.
You made comments before for which you were taken to the police that guns and LS, they should be, is it clubbed or beaten or killed? Explain that incident to me.
Thank you. That's the treason. Let me tell you. Honorable Eslausu, Honorable Abujinapo, and there's one gentleman called Muhammad at Abosokan area there. They went to Neil Lantes Vanderpoy's constituency and they were beaten. The next day, they went to all Kantamanto Akan shops.
Dominator shops.
Yeah, dominator shop and looted. Then, what broke the camel's back was a gentleman. Today I can mention his name because he's no more with Kokobot. He's called Solomon. He used to work at Kokobot. So Solomon from Nkonya came with 4 other guys. There were 5 to my house. That the chiefs in Nkonya and Biakuye beat the gongon and asked miners to go and register to vote. And they resisted, and they are beating MPP people in Volta region. So Solomon came to my house. I was in Tema. All these things, I said it in Tema, not the studio. So when he gave me the information, I said, let me call Oman FM for you so that you can put it on there. Then he said, please, I want you to speak on my behalf because I work at Kokobot. If they hear my voice today, they'll sack me from Kokobot. That's Professor Mills' time. So whatever I said was what Solomon Donko repeated, told me. Then I added Greater Accra. I said, if you think Greater Accra is your stronghold and we are beating accounts, if you think Volta region is your stronghold and we are beating accounts, then Ashanti region is also our stronghold. If you don't stop, we also beat Gans and Ewes. This is what I said. And within an hour, this media.
But you shouldn't have said that.
Why not?
Because it's a localized issue. Then you make statement that seem to nationalize an issue.
You see, you have to be fair to everybody. MPP people are also human beings. MPP, they are human beings. But to tell you that today, if anything happens like that, I will not even say it.
Because now you have changed.
Not that I've changed, but I've learned.
You are changing.
No, I've learned my lesson.
Because you want to be president.
No, I've learned my lesson because the people that I fought for do not even appreciate. And this has become albatross. If I had died, because if they charge you treason, it's very serious. But when they played the tape in court, severally, they brought Institute of Journalism for them to come and translate it and everything. There was nothing. That is why I was set free.
That's your camera. Speak to your delegates. I give you 30 seconds.
Right.
Appeal to your delegates. Look directly into the camera.
Right.
The camera there.
No, all I can tell my delegates is that it's enough is enough. The theories is enough. Let's give somebody who has pragmatic ideas to move this country. The only solution to our problems is to create employment for the youth of this country. And that is what I stand for. Check my track records. My track records clearly indicates that Agyapong is for the youth. Agyapong is for employment. And anybody who does not work in life has no life. So job. And that is Agyapong. I want to create job opportunities for Ghanaians, businesses, and employ the youth that are coming.
When you were in opposition, you said you jail Ibrahim Mahama. You haven't jailed. Somebody said I should ask you.
You know, if
Ibrahim Mahama,
right,
the business magnate,
right?
Is he your friend?
Yeah, he's a friend, but I always speak the truth. If you do something wrong,
you've not jailed him.
No, let me tell you, the level of dishonesty and our culture. That's why we have to change some of our cultures, the attitude. You know, I took Ibrahim to court. He paid 14 million Ghana cedis. Do you remember? Hey, you are a fine gentleman. You are very intelligent. Don't keep quiet. Do you remember?
Make your statement.
You know, he was not paying duties on his machines that he was clearing at the port, even on Sundays, because his brother was the president. I challenged him. I gave evidence. And Ibrahim Mahama went to court to pay 14 million. So what have I done to the nation? And he went out there begging. So I'm surprised that President Mahama is saying that I've not been able to jail his brother. When they went behind, were big chiefs coming to beg for him.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you for passing. I've enjoyed the interview. I hope that you come the last round before.
I don't have a problem.
Okay. If you're not able to come before the election, when you are elected to the presidential candidate of the MPP, come let's have a conversation.
You'll be the first person I'll invite.
Thank you. You're a nice man, apparently. Please make sure you get interactive. As always, we have 3FM 92.7. TV3 Ghana.
Radu. Let all delegates rally and vote massively for Honorable Kennedy Agyapong, the God-chosen one, to bring their days.
Hey, sister, I don't have a them.
Sister, what be said? And never teachings can create bimpo yante, Udi and Ukraine. Missing me back community center. And the best for Kennedy Agyapong didn't want a yebu. You saw one who be out to Abanamano, who go for me a new dinner, Quancha, and not a man or Moko. Ah, sister. I don't know what I'm Mammy, you better so don't say it. I don't know, Mammy, Papa don't know here, no. Mammy, Papa, wait. Or Wabutre, a whole brass, yeah, Mammy. Mom, only yet, Mammy, hey, Mammy, Kaby, and Mamma, Papa will say, Papa will say, no, cry, no, Yama. Mammy, Papa don't know, no. You see on Yabutreno. You pay a car of Camus on Yabutre. On Pers, on Peck a taxation project, Catasum, on Peck, Nippers in Crown or Yama. Only say Nippa, or no, come at him, or find anything here.
Hey, now what you want to see? Yes, see, or Cardio Center, over 37 military hospital.
Now they call you penalty. You can't have a full year. Sister, Mama, here. Papa, wait, Mammy. Near Wayama or mine. Ye kasi ye can. Mammy, and Yancy how? Yancy high. Mammy, Papa, wait. No baby, even like Medua, I used to you. I'm on bass to your constitution. Oh, yeah, no baby, I'm only be did that out. And you have to know about the Ghana. Sika about it, only be that. Mammy, only auntie, yeah, maybe I make one of me delegates. And men swan, Mammy, when we first come at that, oh, auntie, yeah. Be another cat and walk over the ompe. Or this kind of bad, yeah, man. Didi. Man, Missy Day. Auntie, I'm Missy Day. Yo, once in your canoe, hey. Munjina Mundi. Namesto. Namco pilot boss in Mua. Motswama. Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. On one, also I will share me. Minia Bema. Miss Row. Miss Dance by Yem. Delegates are more mind Ghana hanging now. It's like a mamma papa. Your dad changing, Miss Remo, and Renaissance, no more pilot boss in Mua. No more trauma. Honorable Kennedy Agyapong.
I enjoyed every bit of conversation. You could clearly say and notice that Honorable Kennedy Agyapong was very brave. He's a man who answers the question as you bring to him. The journalist Roland Osheni Dimina Osheni Frisna, I said, he was on it, but then Honorable was there. Let me read some messages that I've received. Good morning, everyone. That is from Abna Sewa from Connecticut. I'm watching you live from Connecticut. Good morning. God is our strength, Honorable Ken. Mame Boatima, and then God has already chosen Honorable Ken for president. Nemo Grace says, Shalom, dear. Hope you're doing well. Keep up. Yahweh bless you. Wonderful way based morning. Man, Nevada say New Jersey TV. Good morning, and it says game over for Bawumia. And Benjamin Arthur Kennedy is a smart man. I love him. Philip Adoba says the man of the moment, Kennedy Ohene Agyapong. Bernard Arthur says the host doesn't understand anything. Kennedy is the man. Prince Jeus claps for him, and Arthur claps as well. They all clapped for him. Shadow 1GH TV, Ken all the way. And on Facebook, Bernard Niasaru say yes, Ken can do this job. I'm watching you live from South Africa. God bless you. Uncle Moses, good morning.
Good morning.
Watch out to them.
Excuse me, I don't know how.
My mother will be a more air, and who then more air.
W.
And shaking Jersey TV, and a pay you're born.
I don't know, my friend, one hour. If you are a dream lady, no one.
Dabby, been there wrong because on the pay
I got to know. I got to be a king say you are now supposed to what would be dream lady
on your life, Nezon on your life, or your Mawaya and that. But your life says Sarah, na yerbo interview honorable Ken Kayawo TV3. We were playing back so that you can watch, listen to it and come out. Matwasi.
California no Abadabadino. Old one.
Old one. And I pay my Maria no your life. Now Mexican ball Eastern Regional Minister or case delegate for then you maybe to young one cow so 1 2 waba
so great you know
intino on the Mexican one son honorable interviewer and the okay TV3 na mesima na oyi nsamanon amanfo wenyu agye ho nti on na mewie ya sise wabado yi nti anapei ayeboko aba nti ende nkomo
last week you had say busy who don't go for send message
last week and it was only one day the mama yes mama busy but after that and every morning I was coming.
Okay, I'm asking. Why you brother Menani? Mandai no fan upon a brother Kakranchi, maybe if you want a
Kafra.
One of my command, I get Kennedy, young more pay. And then as a boy, be war committee 16 news and the occasional Pumlo Bompano. Of course, here we try to get him and stop searching, so I can't do on piano. He must pray in secret. Nigga, you know where one penny they come out to order. You know, my mention won't obey.
Yeah.
And also, I remember another Prado, Yango Pano, and Shredder, one Jagger, one Jagger. One Cadam, one got one for two camera. No, I'm forgetting them and the argument into each other. Money, Juma, and Babani, about better there. A man for 1 year. I'm part of the guitar, no ye. The European now only use. By going to introduce it in Ghana, no. There is no work. How can you make digital to people to go and use digital?
Exactly.
You go find in a Wako school. You go find in a Wako school Ghana. We will use a card, no. What I had it.
I am Kakra.
Introduce a fine. But so we don't work at the cost of digital to when you're president. Economy say fail. The ever digital. I mean, it's the Biana the why and order your president. The maker said to me, and Kamaka. I'm just saying, me and Makamatu, the Yanu Drugo. So I want to wait in the country. I am your Damanani and yo.
Kafra.
And then I know what the age you are. Because they are, and cry, and only a criminal. They did not help him. They did not help him. West in the day, Kumas, baby, alive. I had only a woman or papa, but no, you move from a lot of woman, who clean Chronomono. Extra what office, I want you. If you know what this can so come and on here, the sanitarian or jacket or his scaffold and Nukunu's car. When you man, into my baby or cane or no quiet, but why and what breaching? When you're Africa, and you want him there, let the person go and take it in bank. When he's paying people, they should pay it in bank. The master me the time of the soldier fee. But the car of Ghana, no, due to what him about 28 million. Mr. Munchia. But 4 car of our ministries, Mamma got your account, maybe you car what agent is already Madame Miniska where you contain it. Yet the week stay and send us back. What's one number? Massa, some people from my mom, also I will miss me. Bokra Friday was my son and Kamuko Monday early morning. I'm the first person to meet the minister of the mail. Trade, you know. Oh, I cannot help you, Mr. Oh, yes, master. I've stayed in Europe for long before you had the caliber for your chair. This is what you introduced to what you're going to Mutia. I feel the other Majabana, a young baby. On the moment of this, I'm down here to motivate you. So, no. I will remember you or do not yet. This is now, Bruno. What the man of Mokra? Mokra, no, you won't. Talk about the line agencies for the I was no. If you promote your agent to come into your the mammy, you and that was then. No call us with fee. You be enough for me, but then with the ticketing down. So this is I'm joking, say, my son is go through Western Union. What will confirm them with this camel? Right. Then the EBI, even the scared, this can addition. If you man obey and no one can list to be abroad, the moon container. Which is a then you call, I'm reaching you could gun and away in the US over paying and said, then what you will tell. Or got to do 1 city or better 10 cities. This is what the ministers are doing. No, I'm in watching any. I deny, man.
Obey, yeah, papa, or ba, Intino. Yami, I don't know about.
But the in Crown Phone on you, the me is trying to free away discrimination. I want to want to the Western and Central you call. The Western Union should not only a galaxy. When you are the against him, because when you do a discipline man, justice, interview why you're there, or don't know who I'm a swally, then. So, Mr. David, but my premises are one brother. That's what fate you could not have in a Mukuna. Oh, Ghana, what can some? They just want to bring the man down, but God is in control. God is in control. So, they will go position.
Honestly,
you are there, one gets upon inside conference. No, Alan, Alan, and Bamako. This is a situation you won't know. One can go because on why you be there, no one want to nature. But we be and can also a boko, but I watch 8 years since I would change and cry. That's 8 years, no. That's in German Koda. That was how I try. You want to maintain because of money. No. I mean, the minute so, but the film where it is. You have good be academy and you'll be academy.
No, what's the
number? I detect them. Me is straightforward. Yo,
bye bye.
So, I do mother tell me what you were damn.
Mpacha yo.
Nenya patinti kaza wodonia kochi we see you Bakom de me Obaya Bememe diani diyo Sarana you come de me
Equia of Fabia says, Ken near MPP near. Ken is the man, the Moses of our time, to take us to the promised land. Case closed. Nevada. Bro, I'm crying when I hear Kennedy voice, I love you. That is what I like about Honorable Kennedy, because he's great. Ezra Deku say Kennedy Agyapong for president, period. And Daniel Nyako Ken on top of issues. Paul Blay says, Paul Blay Mieza says, Canada, the man Kennedy, God Almighty bless him. What an intelligent, pragmatic and honest president. We are going to have to bring our country on top on the map of the world. Enoch Edu says, my brother, thanks for your time every day. God bless you. Watching you live from Virginia. Keep it up. Thank you, Enoch. Benjamin Arthur says, voice of the people, Kennedy. Kwame $50 say, watching you live in Italy, Verona. Daniel Nyako once again, TK watching live from PA. Francis Dakwa, no can, no vote. No can, no votes, case closed. Money man. Ken is the best man to do the job. Ken is winning hands down. Ken is coming like a kite. Ken can do, and no can, no vote, period. Case closed. Nanama Shanti says Ken all the way. Frempon Ivan say watching live from Italy, Casapula Cassetta province. Ken all the way, no Ken, no vote. And Jonathan Owusu, Kennedy Agyapong. Ivan says vote for Ken, he can transform Ghana. Oyamishira will be our Japan Ebaye. Emma ye program way. Say yes on the Koy and Yumaso. Indiana pay me the Wessi. I've had the opportunity to read some of your messages, but God willing, tomorrow morning I'll come again. John Akanse says no can, no vote. From Pond Evans, the visionary leader who always put Ghana first, justice for all Ghana, we need him. Good morning to you, Marie Amwakwa Bwedu, UK. Says North Sudan. We have forgiven all those who are speaking against Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. Yes, one more nature one. So now he in Ghana for. Then we say, "Oh, poor man, Ghana here." Look for Honorable Ken and follow him. He is the best man at the moment. Take it or leave it. Have a good morning. I friend Tima Abadaye eneni yima ehwehwemuni akomprekwe Ghana nyotofo da wase
Onimonyambo akomprekwe ona otie nyame sumaseo trene brana woboyo nyama dwina meka.
This is the man, Honorable Kennedy Ohene Agyapong, MP for Asin Central. This man is a true son of our beloved country, Ghana. Now, patriotism starts when people in country step out to demonstrate their love for their country.
If we really want to move this country, I want people who dream. 3 things that we have to keep. We need dreamers, we need thinkers, and we need doers. These 3 things. Our brother.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming.
Patriotic citizens always ask, what can I do for my country? Instead of what can my country do for me?
Went to 37 military hospital and I said, I'm going to build ultra-modern cardiothoracic center for Ghana. I'm doing this for my country.
Honorable Kennedy Ohini Agyapong has a track record, a good record that tells his commitment and dedication to help Ghana become a truly independent nation, a nation that produces for itself and creates opportunities for its citizenry, a nation where the youth are educated and guided to be